Good evening, good morning. I am T.W. Dawson, CCO and co-founder of Punk Panda. I'd like to take this time this evening to share with you the Punk Panda opportunity. I am excited about this project, and there's a lot of reasons why I'm excited. The number one reason why I'm excited is because we're bringing something to the world that I believe the world has never seen yet. I believe, this is my belief, that what we've put together is a program that embodies three types of industries combined in one. No other company has done that. We've taken the crypto industry, combined it with big data, and along with affiliating marketing. We talk about affiliating marketing, you can say network marketing, you can talk about community marketing, referral marketing, you can talk about multi-level marketing, network marketing, but it's all the same. It's word of mouth, peer-to-peer. That's all it is. So you can have good experience with it, bad experience with it. But the bottom line is we buy based on our friends and our relationships. Simple as that. All right. So at the end of the day, this is the longest, the oldest means of advertisement, means of business, of referral or affiliating marketing. Now you take big data, which everybody's a part of, whether it be Facebook, whether it be YouTube, whether it be messaging services like WhatsApp or Zoom. This is something that everybody's on right now, especially in the world we live in now, where people are not traveling as much, people are communicating and connecting through these means, all right? So you take that and then you add what I believe will be the biggest industry to ever hit the world, which is the crypto industry. Crypto industry is no different than the .com industry. All right, when the .com industry hit us in the early 1990s, late 90s, every single company was racing to try to come up with a .com venture. Everybody was doing it. And it wasn't until, as a matter of fact, let's just back up. The internet was one of the biggest things that happened to us. And what happened was it was being used in NASA, military usage, big companies, but it wasn't feasible for the everyday person to use until one thing changed: Hotmail. When Hotmail came out, AOL, American Online, those two things combined made it a household name. Now the internet was going into everyone's home. Now once it became something that the masses use, then now the ideas were, how do we get our products in through this? So that's when the .com companies came in and .com boom came. All these companies made a bunch of money right away. Yahoo came around, Google came around, Black something, I can't remember the social media, Black Planet, then it was, what was it? I can't remember the name of it, MySpace. All those things came around, and at the end of the day, today, as we speak, the largest companies on the planet came from that. Amazon, Google, Facebook. The largest companies on the planet came from that boom. We will see that same thing. It starts with blockchain, which was a technology that's being used by military purposes, big companies, so on and so forth. It still doesn't even have a real big use in everyday life. But then crypto came, which crypto represents the .com boom. Now everybody's trying to do a crypto company. Crypto this, crypto that. We'll find the right uses. I believe that there's a few things that we don't have to wait for in crypto. Because see, we talk about DeFi, and I'm going a little bit into detail, but we talk about DeFi. DeFi, decentralized financial instrument, that will come. I'm not saying that it won't happen, but I don't think that it'll be here in the next few years. I think it'll take a long time, maybe about 5 to 6 or maybe 10 years for it to really kick into mainstream. And the reason why I believe that is this: no one is upset that they can't pay for their gas with Bitcoin. No one has a problem that they can't use their Ethereum to pay for their groceries. Why? Because we have other options. But there are a few industries out there right now that crypto solves a fundamental problem. You take the gaming industry, it solves a fundamental problem. You can buy things for less than cents, for fractions of cents, and you can own those things. It allows for NFTs, non-fungible tokens, so it allows ownership in a digital world. Also, the metaverse, virtual reality. It allows us to live and cope and exist inside a world and have a currency that you can use and transfer in and out. That is something that's happening right now. The gaming industry is the largest sports industry on the planet. It's bigger than baseball, football, basketball, cricket, soccer, hockey put together. There's more people involved in esports and gaming than it is in all other major sports. So it solves a fundamental problem. Also, the online fantasy sports. It solves that problem too, because most people that gamble realize the government takes a large cut out of their winnings because it's legal. With crypto, not trying to abate responsibility or taxes, but the government cannot track that. So do you think a person is going to use a crypto company to actually bet, or regular fiat when they know they're going to get taxed up to 30%? I'll leave that up to you guys to understand that. But at the same time, these are the things that crypto solve right now. And what I'm going to present to you today, Punk Panda, we've taken that same concept and we said, we're going to capitalize on the new trends, but also add a different twist, because the number one important thing that we offer is privacy. Far too long, we have given up our privacy for convenience. Far too many times, in order to use an app, we sign away our privacy just to use an app to communicate with somebody, just to do regular stuff. We agree that they're listening in. We agree that they're using our data. We agree to be the actual product versus the actual consumer. No longer. We changed that right here with Punk Panda. We've taken something like big data and we tamed them down to where we're giving you back your privacy. And we also added an element of crypto to it, and we're using the old tested, tried and true method of word of mouth to promote it. What that is a perfect storm for a business model that once we unleash this on the world, every company hereafter will have a model like this. The same way that every single company has a .com behind its name now, because at one point you would call certain companies .com companies. We don't call companies .coms no more. You know why? Because every company and every person has a .com. We will not call companies crypto companies anymore, because every company will have cryptocurrency associated to it. We believe that. When it comes down to it, that's the only way that they're going to be able to survive in a market like that we're in now, because once we set the stage and they see the growth, because what is the incentive for using an app or any type of different big data function if they're not if you're not participating in the growth and actually being rewarded? Once that gets into the people's spirit that we should be rewarded for what we're doing, we're giving them our network and they're the ones getting rich. We're changing that. And once the people realize that this is the way it should have been and it's going to be, then guess what? We're on to something big and we're going to change things. So I want to get into this. I'm going to show you what we have here. I'm going to share my screen. And you guys got to forgive me because I am not the most technical person, but I've learned how to use this Zoom thing, because guess what? While you guys were doing videos at home during the pandemic, I was enjoying myself because I did not have to do any of this up until a few months ago. So if you can see this screen, I think you can. Just give me a head nod or a wave or something like that to make sure that we're on. All right. Okay. I see a head nod. Okay. I see a wave. All right. So now we're good. So again, Punk Panda, use it, share it, own it. I want you to take the time and just look. Anybody who's ever marketed anything, anybody has ever sold anything, anybody who's ever shared anything, anybody knows that the branding is one of the most important things, what it looks like. When I saw this, when I came on board and I looked at this project, I said, this right here can go places. This right here has a story to it by itself. And not to get into too much details, but if you know anything about a panda is a docile animal. It's a fun-loving animal. It's a clumsy, goofy animal that eats and sleeps all day. It's just a fun-loving animal. If you watch a panda, you'll laugh probably about 20 minutes out of the 40 minutes that you're looking at it. But these pandas are a little bit different. These pandas are loving, kind, fun-loving creatures, and they represent people in this case. And these are the people that said, you know what? we're going to rebel against big data. No longer are we going to be the product, but from now on, we're going to be actual owners, all right? We know that wealth starts with ownership, and this is the first step to wealth. You have to own something. And with Punk Panda, we're allowing you to do that. Just imagine if you had a messaging app, like a WhatsApp or a Telegram, that paid you every day for using it and sharing it. Now imagine if those daily rewards represented ownership in a successful company. WhatsApp sold for 19 billion, Dropbox file sharing service valued at 10 billion, and Zoom conferencing right now is worth over $98 billion. Did you ever get paid for using any of these? I can answer that for you, no. But guess what? 85% of the people, maybe 90% of the people on this call have used at least 2 of these. Maybe not Dropbox. Dropbox is a little antiquated at this time, but I've used all 3 of them and I've never got paid anything from any of them, all right? So what we do is we have a messaging app security service. More and more people are becoming concerned about who else is listening in using these apps. How many times have you talked about something and heard and start seeing ads for it? You talk about, I need some new shoes. And next thing you know, you got advertisements for sneakers and Foot Lockers and Champs and stuff like that. Who else has access to your messages and your conversations and your images? We talk about people getting hacked and files getting leaked and people's personal stuff there's no way that can happen if you're on a secure server. It can't be hacked. And that's what we provide for you. Now, some people may say, well, we don't need all that. It's too serious. But guess what? We've got conditioned to believing that it's okay to actually peek in on what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. We've given these companies, Mark, these guys, too much power. And right now, we're trying to take it back, right? Is your data safe, or are you the product? That's the main thing. Are you the product? If you're feeling that it's okay to let these guys get rich off of your data, then what you're doing is saying, I'm okay with being their product. I'm okay with them selling me, selling my thoughts, selling my ideas, selling my pictures, selling my day-to-day activities and making money off of it. And my situation remains the same. Introducing Punk Panda, the world's first secure messaging app that pays you to share it and use it. The first that actually pays you. It's totally free and rewards you Punk Panda tokens multiple times a day. Military-grade encryption protocols protect your privacy and data security. The more you use it and share it, the more company tokens you'll earn. All right, now, how do you earn them? You earn Punk Panda tokens through a smart contract that mints new tokens every 30 minutes. Use it, earn tokens. Share it, earn tokens. Hold it in your farm or your app, or staking in a more sophisticated way to say it, you earn tokens. Simple as that. I'll say it again. When you use the app, you earn tokens. When you share the app, you earn tokens. When you hold it in your app or in your farm, which is our DeFi system, your app is your wallet, the farm is a DeFi system, all right? You earn tokens from staking. Simple as that. It's not much more to talk about, all right? Now, for those who want to understand the tokenomics and how it actually works and what makes this project big and how we believe it's a long-term, first of all, we have 275 million Punk Panda tokens in max supply, right? So that means that once the 275 is done, nobody can ever receive any more unless they're receiving it through the market, all right? No more will be ever minted or created, all right? Token list symbol, PPM, starting at 10 cents, which was 2.5 weeks ago, I believe, and it's right up to 40 cents right now. It'll go to $1 during our pre-sale that's going on right now, all right? So I'll say it again. We're actually in the middle of a pre-sale. We started at 10 cents about a week and a half ago. Right now we're at 40 cents. We're about 65% through the pre-sale, right? When it reaches $1, a week or two after that, we'll list it on PancakeSwap, all right? Earn Punk Panda tokens from your phone. earned via proof of stake, proof of Punk Panda Pals, requires little to no mining energy, supply schedule is minted over 15 years. Like Bitcoin will have a regular halving on years 2, 4, and 8. So what that simply means is in the second year, we'll cut the amount of tokens in supply that's going out per day. In year 4, we'll cut that in half. In year 8, we'll cut that half. And what that usually does is brings the value of the tokens that are on the market up because there's less supply with more demand. Supply and demand, that's like one of the simple laws of business. All right, where are we already? Okay, so here's the tokenomics. Again, 275 million total supply, pre-mined, which is pre-minted. So we don't want to get confused. All right, these tokens are minted, not mined. There's a difference, but it's really not really, but it is a difference for those who are technical. All right, so they're pre-minted, and out of that 65 million, 25 million sits in an incubator for token pre-sales, for marketing, airdrops, promotion, PandaPost sharing rewards, and a liquidity pool, right? The other, the remainder of the 65 million goes to founders, teams, founding contributors. So we just have some that's already pre-minted so that we can take care of certain things. And the remaining 210 million will be minted over the next 15 years. All right, 4 phases of mining, minting schedule, all right? So the first year, all right, 2,100 tokens will be allocated per block. The block times is every 30 minutes. So 50% of those tokens, which is 1,050, will be sent to those who are actually using the token through using it and sharing it with their friends, families, and associates, right? So at the end of the day, every 30 minutes, 1,050 will be sent out for those who are using the tokens, using the app, right? And then 23% will go to the people that are holding the tokens in their app. So this will go for interest or staking. 485 tokens every half an hour will go towards staking. And then we have an additional 12% that are going for people that are going to the people that bought into the pre-sale and that have tokens in their Punk Panda farm. All right, and then there's an additional 15% that goes for development in the event that there's some unforeseen things that we got to take care of, some marketing things. So we take out a little bit just to keep some money in supply, or so we can actually put more on the market. And I'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so big data, the value. Okay, valuations in the billions within 4 years, all right? So these companies, Zoom, Viper, Dropbox, and WhatsApp, these are our models. These are the things that we provide. We have a Zoom feature, we have a Viper feature, we have a Dropbox feature, we have a WhatsApp feature. You take each one of these companies and they've sold or was evaluated for over 15, 20 billion dollars each. And the main thing that they did was they reached 1 million registration in a year, all right? They all had a free service, all right? None of these things you had to pay for. Now, somebody might say, hey, well, you got to pay for Zoom. You know, some people pay for Zoom, some people don't. I have to pay for Zoom because I want a certain amount of people in my room. I want to be able to record. So I pay the $15 a month. But if I just wanted to jump on a call, listen in, I wouldn't have to pay anything. We have that same model, right? All of our services are free. If you want to upgrade, you can pay an additional fee, all right? Okay, customers given shares for using the apps and services. Not one of these companies did any of that, all right? What we're trying to do is get a validation of about $50 billion by bringing 1 million people in the first year. But the goal is really in the next 90 to 120 days, because I think that we're on pace for that. We already have close to 100,000 and we're not even a week. I think, what is it, a week? It's a week, right? Yeah, it's a week. We started last Monday. So tomorrow will be 1 full week and we have almost 100,000 registered with our company. So if we keep this pace up, we'll be at 1 million in the next couple of months, all right? So Punk Panda token, PPP, it is a utility token. So let's just talk about this right here. This is very important, very, very important that we're talking about utility. The biggest problem in the crypto industry right now is volatility. Volatility comes from the tokens not having a real use. Not having a real use means that the company, the token is not being used for anything, so there's no real set value. It's not anything that you can actually purchase with it. So that means that when things happen, current events, certain things happen, then guess what? The tokens go up and down, all right? But when you have a real use for it, somebody is willing. Give an example, this bottle of water. If I say, well, give me 5 Panda tokens for this, and somebody is willing to give me 5 Panda tokens for this, then what we have done, we've created value for the token. All right. And as long as you have a product that somebody's willing to exchange for your token, you have utility for it, which stabilize the actual value of the coin. And these are the products. And we'll get into details of these products in a second. Panda Pros, messaging app, PandaPost, file sharing, encrypted, Panda Meet, conference calling, Panda Vault storage, digital crypto wallet, Panda Play video games, NFT market, DeFi lending, and gifts and stickers. All right, again, look at these pandas. These pandas all represent the products that we have lined up. Each one of these will probably be an NFT at some point, and that's something big to talk about a little bit later, right? So Panda app. Panda app is a military-grade encrypted communication app created with the primary goal of protecting you and your content. Peer-to-peer communication via encrypted messaging, instant messaging, encrypted voice calls, encrypted file sharing. All right, we have cool features. And I don't know if anybody has ever used Viper or something called Dust, but these companies have features, and these are the features that we have that you can actually send a message, right? If for some reason, if you sent it to the wrong person, or if you felt that they didn't need that message anymore, you can actually erase that message on their phone. You can zap the message. You can also hide the message. You can send a message that is hidden, and they'll see that the message is hidden, and they would have to ask you to open it in order for them to see it. All right. You can actually send messages or pictures or files videos up to 20 minutes, which you can't do with WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, or even text message, not even email. All right. We have Panda stickers and gifts as well. So these are some of the products in that particular part, right? Panda Pros. This is when we're able to upgrade and get an upgrade on a subscription for the different things like PandaPost, Panda Meet, and Panda Vault, right? So as I mentioned, I'll just talk about Panda Meet. Panda Meet is like the Zoom. So again, it's free, but we'll charge you a couple of dollars, and you'll pay for that with your Punk Panda tokens. And it won't be $15 like Zoom. It'll probably be $4 or $5, very inexpensive, all right? So you'll be able to upgrade to any of these programs that we have. PandaPost is a secure file transfer service, allowing privacy and control over your content. Cool PandaPost features: encrypted file sharing service, can only be opened by the intended receiver, online tracking and radar, terms and conditions at every opening, terminate functions even after content has been seen, no discernible payload size. Wow, I don't know if you understand that, but I'll just give you a couple of examples. Let's just say you send in a contract, or not even a contract. Say you have an idea, a new invention, you want to send it to somebody. You can actually send that with terms and conditions. If you open this, you're liable. You can send a no compete clause. You can send a contract with the actual file that you're sending. You can say, if you open this, you're responsible for such and such and such. You can send a file to someone, and then you can track it, whether they sent it to somebody else. And you can actually retract it, zap it, and delete it if it's in process. You can even find out if a person opens a file, what city, state they're in when they're opening the file. So we have features like that a lot of companies, that a lot of people haven't seen. It is very new. This technology is not new, but it's new to this type of features with this type of app. All right. So there's, again, if you're into crypto, we have a cryptology, private, public, and public key are allocated to the contents created and designated recipients to allow exclusive viewing or download of shared content. So if you know anything about crypto, you know what a private key is. You know that the only person that can get that is the people that actually have it. So it is completely and totally safe. The company does not have that. We cannot share with anybody, nor could we give it away. We don't know it. It's only you and the person that you're sending it to. Completely safe. Panda Meet, again, it's a peer-to-peer video conferencing. What's to note about this right here, so I don't have to get into too much detail, unlimited meeting times, all right? And this right here, up to 25 users to maintain privacy and control. So right now, as we speak, we have this, it's coming out next year, but we're up to 25 users right now. And the reason why we can't do 500 or 1,000 is because it takes a little while to scale it with the privacy protocols, right? So right now we got it to 25. By the time we're ready to launch it, it'll be probably 50 to 100, and we'll gradually go up as we're able to upgrade through the privacy protocol. Because remember, privacy is our #1 priority, right? Okay, Panda Vault. Okay, Panda Vault is decentralized storage protocol which adheres to one owner, one key principle, ensuring only you can access your personal data. Cool Panda Vault features: all files are encrypted in transit and at rest. On-demand scalability and inbuilt network redilution, right? File fragmentation shattered glass protocol. Each fragment is encrypted using public private keys in transit hash of initial encrypted payloads. Store files in one territory or many. I can go on and on and on about this one, but this is pretty cool. I think the one thing that I will talk about is that when you have a file, when you send it, it's broken up into bits and pieces, and it's sent through all types of means, and only the person that is intended to see it can actually put those pieces together to see it. So if someone happens to intercept it, it will be a broken file. They won't have the key to actually put it back together. And that's some stuff that you can send to banks and different financial institutions, and you can send company files, really important files, back and forth to your company. You don't have to worry about people getting their hands on it. Our Panda Profits, all right? Panda Play. Now, these right here is where we're gonna have a lot of fun with. Our profits will be our DeFi, which we've already started. We started it through pre-sale, so that's our Panda Farm. Once this pre-sale is over, that will turn to our DeFi place where you'll be able to buy and stake tokens. You'll be able to buy from the exchange and stake tokens in the farm there. Our Panda Play, we have games coming out in the next, I spoke with Albert earlier, the CEO, by the way, and he said that we believe by the end of the year, we will have at least one game out. It's gonna be I can't remember how he put it, but basically it's man, I tell you what, find the video from this morning because he talked about it. Basically it's I can't remember how the game goes, but it's a game that this token has been sent around, and the longer you hold it, you know, it's a game that's going to get people using the app more, and actually the winner will win 2,000 Punk Panda tokens or something like that. So it's going to be our first game. It's a simple game, something to get people excited about, but then we'll take that same model and use it as an NFT. So we'll send an NFT around. It's called Pass the NFT or something like that. And you pass it. So if I get it, I got to send it out to somebody right away. If I send it to that person and they hold it longer than 2 minutes, then I win. So the key is, it's like a hot potato type of game, right? Panda Profits, again, we talked about that. The decentralized financial instrument. We'll be moving our Punk Panda Farm into that once the pre-sale is over. Case study, user acquisition strategy. Just talk about WhatsApp and how they were able to be bought by Facebook for $19 billion after they acquired over 400 million users, all right? So I don't know what the long-term plan as far as to sell the company, but I will say this: every person who's receiving tokens on a day-to-day basis, if this company was sold like these companies, it will make us, the people that have the most tokens because of the people that started in the beginning, very wealthy. Because if this company sold for, let's say, a valuation of $20 billion, they would have to purchase the lion's share of all the tokens. And where are those tokens at? With us, all right? So this can make people very, very rich. And if WhatsApp would have shared their actual profits with the people that started it, those people will probably be millionaires right now based on that valuation of what they sold for. This is a case study of about a company that basically has you come onto their app every day and press a button in mind. They have no product. They have no real value to the token. They haven't talked about value to the token. They have no products, no anything. They're not even listed. Don't even be planned listed, but yet 25 million people are on this app within the last 2 years, coming on the app and actually pressing mine or doing whatever they ask you to do just to get more tokens, and the tokens are worth nothing, right? Freemium revenue strategy. So I talked about this already, but it's just a simple thing. Dropbox came out for free. If you wanted to upgrade, you'll be able to upgrade for a couple of dollars. The premium model works because as of 2021, 700 million users with paid users at 15 million. So out of 700 million users, only 15 million people pay for Dropbox. That's 0.2%, 2.2% of the people that use Dropbox pay for it. So when you say, well, everybody's not going to buy the upgrades. Well, we don't need everybody to buy the upgrades. We know that at 2%, you can still survive, right? And what we have coming down the line that we haven't announced just yet will probably be bigger than anything else that we do in this Punk Panda thing. And so we don't have to worry about that, all right? Company valuation over $10 billion. The average person paying member was only $120, and the company still evaluated at $10 billion. This is our roadmap right here. And you can just take a look at this, the fourth quarter, the app is here, the messaging app is here, the calls, the mega files transfers, all that's here right now. That's the fourth quarter. Panda Pros, PandaPost, fourth quarter, the gifts will be coming out with that in a few weeks. All right, actually it's here, but we're not going to let everything out at the same time. What we're doing right now is we're focusing on making sure the app is user friendly. The user experience has to be the best. So having said that, the people that are on this call, the people that are involved with this, you are instrumental in helping us with feedback so that we can make the user experience on this app better. That's the most important thing right now. We don't want to unleash this to the world. We're still in beta. We've only actually been operating in a smart contract for 1 week now. So we want to get all the kinks out so that when we present this to the world with a massive campaign, which is going to help your businesses, because once we put the massive campaign out, people are going to want to join. And guess what? They have to come through you. And that means more coins, more groups for you. All right. So we want to make sure that's taken care of. And as we talk right now in the fourth quarter, we're doing a private sale. Right now, the token right now is about 40 cents. We're about 3/4 of the way finished with the private sale. So in the next week or 2 or 3, we'll be done with that. And then a week or 2 after that, we'll be listing on PancakeSwap. The NFT games, we're real close to getting this done by the end of this year, but for sure the beginning of next year. All right. And again, listing, we put on a roadmap the beginning of 2022, just to give us some time, but we know that this will be done somewhere in the middle, if not the first week of December, somewhere in the middle of December. DeFi staking offers, again, the first quarter, again, after the pre-sale is over, we'll have that set up. So that's all going to happen. This is the one thing that's going to take a little time because we have to scale it up. And it's very expensive and it's very time consuming to scale it up because of our security protocols. The Panda Vault, look for this towards the end of next year. And we'll give updates on that right there. So get started with Punk Panda today. Download the app for free. Start earning Punk Panda tokens. Share the app with friends and earn more tokens. Hold the tokens and watch the value grow as the company grow. Be part of history, all right? Now, what I want to do, I want to unshare the screen, and I just want to, just to my best of my ability, just give you a few things to look forward to, all right? So I hope I was clear on that, and I didn't take too much time. I took a little time, about 35 minutes. To get into a little more detail. The presentation is usually about 20, 25 minutes. I spend a little extra time getting into more detail. But what I want to do right now is just just share with you some of the things that we talked about a little bit earlier as far as the games. So we believe that what we have coming down the line, I can't announce it just yet, but I just want you to look at me and I'm going to say this. It is bigger than anything that we've put on the roadmap already, all right? We're in a process of putting together something huge, two things that are actually huge. And it'll be announced in the next 3 to 4 days. We want to make sure we sign the contracts and get everything set. But what I will say to you is this right here. This will be probably one of the biggest companies in the world because we've taken advantage of the trends that are happening right now. And I'll say it, listen, gaming, NFT, online casinos, fantasy sports. All right? Okay? All right. Okay. So, but we're going to make some announcements. They're going to be really, really exciting. All right. And when we start talking about those things right there, those are the things that crypto can impact right now. All right. And we're at the cutting edge of it. And we're prepared, we're poised, our community is growing. We're at 100,000, almost 100,000 in 1 week. That's amazing. So be proud of yourself. Let your groups continue to build your Panda community because the bigger the community is, when we do our massive campaign, it's just going to triple, double, really fast. And those tokens are going to come in fast. And if you guys got some testimonies of how many tokens you have in the first week, you can drop it in the chat. Just let us know how many you were able to earn, how fast your group is going. And right now I'm going to stop recording and then I'm going to actually open it up for questions.